All right. Hello, hello. It is October 30th. This is my second reading for the day, but on a different topic, thank God. um, so the other day I listened to um, a new recording, a new remix, or what have you, a refresher of a song from a group called Milli Vanilli. Girl, you know it's true. There were two members or two faces of the group. They were named Fab and Rob. Unfortunately, Rob passed away some years ago. Fab is still alive and well, and look like he's thriving pretty well. Um, if you don't know Billy Vanilli, they seem to have made a resurgence here lately, which good for them. Good for them because I never cared. I mean, mind you, all of that stuff happened when I was a baby. But growing up and, remembering hearing about all the stories and the jokes and stuff over the years, like I still dug Milli Vanilli. I could sing all the words to Girl You Know It's True right now. Anyway, Fab just recently put out a new version of Girl You Know It's True, and it's crazy because the whole time he could sing. That I know they were busted for lip syncing, and you know, I have my opinions about that whole thing. Matter of fact, I wrote a post about it on my blog about a year or two ago. And, in the, long story short, I sympathize with them because anybody could have been Milli Vanilli with a Ray Bryce. Like, who are we kidding? There's people out here who do way worse for way less. So, with my brand new Santa Muerte deck that I just got today, I did a reading already on a totally different topic, which was dark as hell, and I'm kind of glad I started with that one first because initially I was going to do this Milli Vanilli reading first, but I decided not to. So hopefully this will end on a more positive note, just because one of the members is still living, and like I said, he seems to be doing well. But I just want to get a read into, I guess the energy, the vibe around them. Um, in the 80s and the late 80s, when they were at their peak and things were going well. And maybe just to get a read into, what happened in the years afterwards, and to see where everybody's at now. I know some of the actual singers have passed on, the folks who actually did the singing. And I just learned the other day that Frank Farian, who was the producer who put it all together, that he passed earlier this year. I didn't know that until recent. You know, he got to live to be old and gray. But Frank Farian was far from the first or the last producer to do some stuff like that, And like I said, I feel like anybody could be Milli Vanilli. Anybody. You see an opportunity to, capitalize off your good looks. And, I also believe that the album that they actually put out after all the controversy was over, they had put out one single album in like 1992 or 3 or something like that, where they actually used their own voices. I thought the album wasn't bad. But again, I'm a fan. I don't know why, but it's almost like, when you look at the stories of Rob and Fab respectively, it's kind of like a tale of two cities, or it's, they are polar opposites. They're opposites in look, and apparently they're opposite in temperament and just the way that they handle things. Because I mean, the backlash that they faced after everything went down and they were caught and shunned for lip syncing, that's enough to bring anybody down. But Fab was able to do whatever he needed to do to overcome all of that, and he continued to sing despite so many people in the world believing like, oh, he can't sing, or oh, he's a joke. He's still singing. And Rob, unfortunately, all of that plus whatever else he might have been dealing with beforehand, um, it took him out. So he's on the other side with the ancestors. So I just want to get a quick little read. I've been rambling for the last 5 minutes, so let's pull some cards. We're going to be lighthearted about this. We're going to do this with good intentions. We're going to pray that nobody with bad intentions comes forward. We're trying to keep this fairly lighthearted, although I know there is a lot of tragedy in this story. Just want to shine a little light on it. And for anybody who may be watching or listening, I pray for your protection as you watch and listen. Pray that you take steps to protect yourself. Say whatever prayers you need to say. First card is the Strength in reverse. Say whatever prayers you need to say, or put on whatever protective crystals or amulets, or do whatever it is that you do. Handle your business. So we got the Strength card in reverse, and then we have the Six of Swords. He came on through. He came right on through, honey. How you doing? Oh my gosh. Oh. I just got this overwhelming sense of like happiness and joy and elation. The fact that okay. So Rob has come forward. Rob is here, and he is allegedly. Let me say that he is here, and he is very, very happy to be here. Oh, he is so happy to be here. He is so happy to be here because he wants to tell his story. He does. He did interviews, over the years, in between, the fallout and then his passing. He did interviews to sort of give his side of the story. But oh, he is so happy that somebody is interested and that there is renewed interest. And that people are sympathetic now because to say that they were thrown under the bus when everything went down is an understatement. It's a huge understatement. But he also said that he had to go. He had to go. So the Six of Swords, it's mentally leaving a situation, right? Because the Swords is the air sign. It's all about thinking and mental. It could also represent conflict too. There aren't exactly any good sword cards. So these battles that he was struggling with, he mentally, emotionally, spiritually, he couldn't do it. He couldn't. I don't know if he's saying that his death was intentional. But either way, he was overliving. So even if he didn't purposely overdose himself, he was done with life as it was. I think he has a kid. You have a kid? I think he has a kid. But he couldn't see. He couldn't see nothing outside of those monsters that were on him. Oh, he is. Oh, I could just cry right now. But these aren't. This isn't a cry of sadness. This is happy tears. Happy tears. To know that somebody cares. To know so many people care. So it was this huge thing that he never thought he'd be able to get over it. Never thought he'd be able to get past it. Thought he'd always be the laughing stock. Oh man. Oh. Mm. The sun. Oh, he's so happy. He is so happy. I'm glad. I'm glad he was able to find some peace on the other side. Not everybody who go. It's not just a matter of heaven and hell. Whenever we die, whenever we transition, it's not only a matter of heaven and hell. You know, I don't know if the afterlife is simply what you make it. I don't think it is, because I know, we see each other, and from what my loved ones who have passed on have come back and communicated with me, like they have their own homes, their own houses and whatnot, but they still interact with each other. And so I guess, whatever you do in your house is your business. Just like over here, what you do in your house is your business, unless you're hurting somebody. Then it's everybody's business. But in the same way that, your home here on earth is what you make it. You decorate your home how you want it. I guess it's the same over on the other side. So he was able to find some peace. And so man. I'm very happy for him in that regard. I mean, I hate he had to go through what he went through while he was here, but he was able to find some peace. Oh, but he was tortured while he was here. He was tortured while he was here. While sometimes it's a pretty privilege is a thing, pretty privilege is a thing. And these were two very beautiful men, hence the reason why they were chosen to be the faces of this project. And also, this type of act in the 80s and before then, it was not uncommon in Europe, which is where they were from. And hell, it's not even, I won't even say that it was uncommon here in America, because, in my studies of Milli Vanilli over the years, I've learned that ghost singing, ghost writing, ghost performing, period, has been a thing since show business was show business, and it's just that for whatever reason, America is a little bit more secretive about what they do. But in Europe, it ain't no big deal. It wasn't a big deal back then, and I guess it's still not. I mean, I don't know much about the European music industry, but specifically was the German. I think they were out of Germany. I don't know all the ins and outs of that, but they, Rob became aware of the fact that he was good looking. He didn't always feel like he was good looking. He wasn't confident in his looks or hell even in himself. And you could see that in their performances. Like if you go back and watch their performances, that Fab was the stronger of the two. You could often see Rob looking at Fab for the lead, to take the lead in whatever they were doing. You would see Rob glance over at Fab. Fab would be looking at the audience or looking at the camera. Rob is looking at Fab. Rob acknowledges that he was the weaker one. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Knight of Cups again. What did I just say? So the Knight of Cups is what I consider my Prince Charming card, and so in this case it's reversed. And so he. If you ever seen this man was beautiful. Both of them were very handsome, but I think Rob would be considered probably the more attractive one because he was a little bit lighter skinned, and he had these kind of light greenish hazel colored eyes. And so a lot of people would consider him the more attractive one. Personally, I like Fab. But yeah, Knight of Cups. Like I said, that's the Prince Charming card. This is the man who's he may or may not be beautiful, but he's beautiful as far as charisma, very charismatic, and has something to offer, has a lot to offer. See, he's covered in the hearts because he's lover boy. But he didn't feel that way on the inside. Come on now, come on, spirit. You're confirming what I say. Four of Wands. Again, more confirmation here. Four of Wands is a card of like stability and being stable in your passion or being stable in your house. Like the four it represents stability just in general, and evenness and balance. And so he's very off balance, very, very off balance. Four of Cups. And he's taking me through though. He didn't care. Like I said, he didn't care anymore. By the time it got to his end, I said I don't think he did it on purpose. I don't think he did it on purpose. He just didn't give a damn anymore. He didn't care no more. Which is what the Four of Cups represents. It's about. It could be a card of meditation. It can represent meditation or reflection, but it can also be a card of apathy, just kind of being over something. So, yeah, he was over living, like I said, and it conveniently falls underneath the Six of Swords, which is about transition and leaving something. One of those transition cards. So, yeah. He's transitioning because he's over it. He's done. He was done with life. Absolutely done with life. And then, this kind of repeating the same message here. The Strength card was the first card that came out, and what falls under it is the Four of Wands in reverse. So he was not very strong, very vulnerable. Just very vulnerable. Didn't have a very good foundation. This card right here shows a table, which most tables have 4 legs. And this table has all the candles lit, and the table is set, and food ready to be served. And so this could also be seen as like a celebration card, graduation, marriage, or things coming together. Everything is set together, everything is set, it's ready. In this case, it's ill prepared, right? It's not ready. And with it coming beneath the strength card, it's like, no, he was not happy within himself even before all the fame and whatnot. So, um, from what I know about his childhood, I do believe he came from an orphanage, and then also with him being, just a young black child in Europe. I mean, black people are not exactly the majority over there, so that came with its own set of things to deal with. So yeah, just being a child without parents, that had to mess with him. Thought she can make up for it with the beauty, but he was so messed up on the inside. He was so messed up on the inside that it's supposed to been that beauty, I mean, that beauty did take him to riches. It did, but it didn't fix him on the inside. He's still, oh baby. Queen of Wands in reverse. I don't know if this is an actual lady, a messed up lady, or if this is in reference to the situation. This Queen of Wands is someone, or is this a situation where you're pretty in control of your passions, or making practical decisions. No. Queen of Pentacles will be the one who makes the practical decisions. The Queen of Wands is, she's good in leadership roles. She's good at making shit happen. But this comes underneath the Sun card, which is interesting because Sun represents progress. But a Queen of Wands that's reversed is like a halt or stop in progress. I mean, any type of Wands that's in reverse is a stop in progress. Because Wands is passion, it's fire, then fire gets things going. So this is like okay. So yeah, this is the wealth, the fame, the girls, and everything else that came along with it, and how they came to an abrupt stop. Okay, I got you. And then the Ace of Wands, which again, we're talking about that physical beauty, that Prince Charming, how that Ace of Wands was able to light a fire underneath this Prince Charming, right? This Ace of Wands was able to light this fire underneath this Prince Charming, and also the wands can represent, sexual energy, fire, passion, whatnot. Yeah, so he's on his Prince Charming stuff-ish. And this new passion, this new fire, this is not good, because the way it's depicted in these cards, you see the head is right there above this flame. Head getting set on fire. Went straight to his head, and that's literally what happened too in real life. I think he was the one. It's funny because for him to have been the least confident one, he was the most vocal one, if I'm not mistaken. I think he was the one who said that they were on the same level as like the Beatles or some crap like that. He let it get to his head, but he never fixed what was on the inside. Because why would you? And counseling, therapy, and stuff wasn't really as big of a thing back in the 80s and the 90s. Like now, it's becoming, it's okay and it's more acceptable for people to go to counseling and to, try to resolve their mental health issues and stuff. It's okay to say that you're on antidepressants and stuff now. But back then, no. You couldn't say that back then. Black people don't go to therapy. Not even European black people. You don't go to therapy. You pray about that. But yeah, he needed immensely, because money. A lot of people misquote that scripture from the Bible and they say money is the root to all evil. Like, no, the love of money is the root to all evil. Money is just it's like a clear quartz. You know, clear quartz amplifies the energy around you. And that's all money is. It's an amplifier. So if you're a decent person, you can be a wonderful person when you have a lot of money. Because you can really give the way you want to give. But hell, if you're a horrible person, or if you know, if you're a person with a lot of internal issues, that's just going to amplify those things. Because what? Like, yo, you never got the love from your parents that you needed to have when you were a child. Well, you get some money, you just gonna spend some. You still gonna spend all your money and all your resources trying to fill that void that your parents left. You know, I mean, I don't know why he didn't have his parents, but he didn't for whatever reason. I don't know if they died. I don't know if they abandoned him. I don't know what happened, but whatever the case was, he didn't have them, and so money was the money and the fame was an expensive band-aid. Didn't fix nothing though. It could have helped had he been thinking like that and had anybody around him who really cared enough about him to suggest something that would help, but that wasn't the case. Four of Pentacles. Four of Swords. A lot of imbalance. A lot of instability. Queen of Swords. Who was this woman? It's a woman. I don't know who she is though. Knight of Swords. Now, what's his sign? Pilatus. He's a Gemini. Oh, he's an air sign. Very pretty, very, very pretty young man. 33 years old when he passed away. That's crazy. But very pretty, like beautiful. But yeah, he's the air sign. He is the air sign. The swords represents this air sign. I don't know who the female air sign is to him, but I don't know if there's a female air sign that he needs to apologize to, that he has unfinished business with, if she influenced him in some sort of way that was negative or positive. I don't know, but I keep seeing a woman come up. It was the Queen of Wands before. So I mean, for me, it's not a hard and fast thing that this just has to be a male air sign. But I find it interesting that this is a male air sign and that he was an air sign. So yeah, it's not a hard and fast thing that it just absolutely has to reflect, what the card represents. I think it could just be a female, but there's a female though, and I don't know what his relationship is with this female and how she's significant to him. There's a Page of Swords. What are all these swords? You got the Queen, the Knight, and the Page. Is this who you had a baby with? If I'm not, but I heard somewhere that he has a son. I don't know if it's true or not, but I heard that he had a son before he passed. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, they say that he has, according to this Google search, he had a son. He has a son and he has a sister. I'm sitting here looking for it, but hell, I think I saw her in that documentary that was on Paramount Plus not too long ago. Anyway, I don't think I'm pretty sure that his son is not very public, so that's fine. That's fine. So he doesn't need to be. I probably wouldn't be either if it were me. you know, we don't want to always pay for the sins of our parents, especially when they were such public sins. And I think that might be what Rob is alluding to in this case. With the Four of Pentacles, usually this card is about holding on to something, holding on to material things, and being stingy. I think that's typically the key word is stingy that's associated with this card. But it's about letting when you reverse it, it's letting it go or not being as stingy. And it's like him releasing material things for this young person here. Mm-hmm. So God let it go. I would let it all go for you if he could do it all over again. If he could do it again, he'd do it different. Excuse me. So yeah, if he could do it all over again, he would do it differently. He wouldn't. I mean, this son is grown, good and grown. Because Rob Pilatus died in 1998. I mean, he's been gone for 26 years now. So that means that the son is at least 26 years old. Got his own life. He might even have kids now. His own kids. But he's talking about like rejecting all the material stuff for his child. Six of Pentacles in reverse. He didn't give enough. He didn't give him enough. So I don't know if he's saying that he was a deadbeat, but whatever the case, he's acknowledging the fact that he could have been much better. Mm-hmm. Nine of Pentacles in reverse. The Nine of Pentacles is about being, being fruitful, like materially fruitful, um, which he wasn't. That money that he got from his Milli Vanilli days. I mean, hell, Milli Vanilli didn't last that long, so of course his money didn't. Especially, he's running through it like water. Um, and then there was the illusion of money because they had been advanced so much, and they borrowed. That was not their money to spend. It's just for appearances. But once the jig was up, where'd the money go? And Two of Pentacles. This duality, balance. Hearts versus heads, hearts versus finances, because, in this case, you got the front of the coin and the back of the coin. So you got the front of Santa Muerte and the back of Santa Muerte. So again, that could have went either way. It could have went either way, and he didn't do a very good job. See, all of these, we got all swords and coins over here. So it's like a huge imbalance, a huge disconnect between his mind and the material stuff. He did not do very well with managing his material, and he didn't do a very good job of managing his mind either. And hence the reason why I'm talking to him through a deck of cards. Instead of him still being here to tell his story the way Fab is. But if he could do it all over again, if the sun does exist somewhere on this planet, he'd do better by his son. He would do better by his son. And I don't know what sign his sister is, or if this could possibly be the mother of his son. But the way these cards are illustrated, it's like she's looking at him. She is looking at him. Kind of expectantly. I know the Queen of Swords, she's like the kind of no nonsense. Like, she's very capable of making cut and dry decisions. But and also the way that, and maybe this is what the way that this deck, the illustrator of this deck, is trying to get this point across. But the cloak that Santa Muerte at the bottom is wearing, half of it is red and half of it is black. And color symbolism, color psychology, and all that stuff comes into play. But it's like, yeah, it's either one or the other, this or that. Ain't no wishy-washiness in between. So I mean, for all I know, this could have been the child's mother. If the child exists, this could have been the child's mother. And telling him, like, look, either you're gonna be here or you ain't. But we not finna do this. We not finna go back and forth and do wishy-washy. No, we not. No. Because there's a small page. This young person, so you all in and out of rehab, you ain't got no money. You don't want to take care of no responsibilities. You don't want to get no help. You don't want to go to nobody's therapy. You don't want to do right. So no. She said no. The hell with that. I don't know where there's any proof, because I mean, while I do see, like I said, I don't know. Maybe I'll look into it a little bit more one of these good days. Maybe. Card sliding right on out of my hands. Okay. So I think I'm not pulling into Fab's energy a whole lot because Fab is still alive. And I typically commune with the dead. I don't always tap into living people's energy like that. But oh, for them folks that's dead and gone. It's a totally different story. So we got Judgment. And then we have Page of Cups in reverse. Oh, I just heard like inner child. I don't know if that's the term that he would use. Probably not, because that seems like it's a fairly new common phrase. Inner child. Wheel of Fortune, but it's upright this time, so that's nice. And the moon. Oh, but I like this because this is showing the moon at different phases. So I know like the moon card usually represents like secrets. It can represent intuition or things coming to light. But I like how this shows the moon at different stages, and so there's levels to it. It's not just one particular thing happening, or you know. And I don't think there are any more secrets about this that could possibly come forward. I mean, there have been numerous documentaries, and Fab has been doing interviews for some years, telling his side of the story. And also, I think this helps to feed him some more too, because I mean, whatever it is that you can do to make money in a legal way, it's his story to tell. So we gonna make some money off of it, and I don't blame him. And this is also part of, Fab continuously talking about it, making movies and documentaries and stuff. This is probably part of his therapy too. So why are you still talking about this? Because, he could do anything else. And for anybody who might be familiar with Milli Vanilli, they're going to look at him sideways like that, But all they ever wanted to do was sing. They were singing and performing before they were Milli Vanilli, before they met up with Frank Farian. They were on stage and doing their thing. It's just that Frank Farian didn't like the way that they sounded. It wasn't that they couldn't sing, it's just that they couldn't sing American music. And Frank Farian was trying to break into the American market. So he was like, okay. Because, Fab, I wouldn't say that he's the best singer, but he's not a bad singer, Like I said, when they did that album with their real voices, they did pretty good. I didn't think it was that bad. But, they played the game and lost, unfortunately. Frank came out of it unscathed. He went on to produce other acts and dance and like house music and stuff like that. It wasn't nothing to him, but to them little babies, the tower, yes, baby. What did I just say? Like I just said it about them going through all the trials and tribulations. Like in this case, this tower is coming down, honey. And this is interesting because usually, whenever I see tower cards, it's like the tower. It might be on fire or lightning is hitting it, or people are jumping out the windows and stuff. But on this card, it's interesting because it's like the tower is being destroyed from the bottom up. And so I guess in Rob's case, that's exactly what happened. Like he was destroyed from the inside out. Though his problem wasn't only Milli Vanilli. Now I don't know Fab's story. Like I don't know if he's ever just really discussed his life like that before Milli Vanilli to talk about some of the things that he went through. I know that he went through his own things too, and that's how him and Rob became friends in the first place. But yeah, yeah, Rob just that poor thing. None of these major arcana cards too. Like the only thing that's reversed right now is the Page of Cups, which is somebody who's young and emotional. Young at heart. Which is why I used the phrase inner child earlier. Got Judgment, Wheel of Fortune, the Moon. Like all of this stuff is happening. He kind of felt like he wasn't in control of his life. All these secrets and stuff that surrounded him at what was supposed to have been his peak, And again, and I think he has a lot of pride, in the fact that Fab has been able to carry on, and that Fab is kind of having a little bit of a renaissance, in terms of fame and publicity. I wouldn't say reinvent himself. He has a little bit in that he's been able to display that he actually does have skill beyond just lip syncing. Like he could have sang the whole time. But, if they had put forth the effort, if Frank Farian and whoever else was, in cahoots with Frank, had just simply taken the time out to get those men some vocal coaches and some English lessons, like they could have sang, but that would have taken more time than what he was trying to, what he was trying to put forth. He wasn't trying to invest that much into them, Like, yeah, if we give him a few months with a vocal coach and a language coach, they could have, they probably could have made something work. But because now to listen to Fab speak, he doesn't have a really thick accent anymore. That's crazy, But he's learned. He did whatever he had to do. Took whatever classes he had to take. He's fluent in multiple languages and stuff. But he doesn't necessarily sound like he's, straight off the airplane from France. I believe he's French. He could have gave that to them. He didn't. It would have been a totally different story if he had taken the time out to work with them. But like I said, he had a goal in mind for what he wanted to do with them. The Nine of Swords, and this brings back the anxiety. It falls underneath the Page of Cups. The Nine of Swords does. So you take this emotionally unstable person and who's basically a child in a grown man's body, and it caused a lot of anxiety. So again, in the moment, it felt like they hit the lottery, because that's exactly what that looks like. It's a roulette wheel. But yeah, it seemed like it hit the lottery. But they weren't, what made it a horrible deal was the fact that they lied about so much. And like, you didn't, it didn't have to be that way. There didn't have to be as many secrets as what there were. At the Five of Pentacles, yeah, it was like they, Frank made it seem like he was doing them a favor. I mean, I suppose he kind of was, but these were two young men who were hungry, and they have stage presence, but show business is not an easy business to break into, no matter where you are in the world. And they were trying to be in show business, and Five of Coins is it's kind of like struggle. Yeah, they were hungry. they were hungry. And what did I say about the Wheel of Fortune? It's like they hit the lottery when they met Frank Farian. Yeah. I don't know what his sign was. I don't know if he was a water sign or not. But I think regardless of if he was, or what his sign was, this is him. And it's just showing that he was crooked as shit. I believe most music producers are. Most big time music producers are. Most music producers who can create acts like that are not good people. And then here at the bottom is the Ace of Pentacles, which is, you know, falls right in line with what we've been talking about, which is just the opportunities, new opportunity, financial, material opportunities that he saw in these young men. Well, let me look. What is that? Is it a Leo? Is that what that is? I don't know. I think it's a Leo. I think that's a fire sign. I don't know. Astrology is not my strong suit. I'm trying to learn. Yeah, Leo's a fire sign. Wait. Is it a Leo? No, it's a Cancer. What is a Cancer? Oh, it's a water sign. Oh, well, hell. Come on now. I'm taking the course in astrology, so I can read cards all day long. I can read cards. And like I said, I can commune with the dead. I've been doing it since I was a little girl. But when it comes to knowing what all the signs and stuff mean, I don't know. I'm not even gonna front. Okay, last round of cards. We're gonna wrap it up. Oh, but he doesn't come across like he's angry, or when I say he, I'm talking about Rob. He doesn't come across like he's angry. He doesn't come across like he's sad either. Like right now, he's just been kind of stating the facts, just kind of stating what happened and giving a little background about what happened. But he seems like he's made a lot of peace with it. He seems like he's made a lot of peace with it. He's acknowledged a lot of things that he could have done better. You know, I mean, he made choices, but he was also affected by the stuff that happened to him. I mean, I know we can't blame everything that we do as adults on our childhood, but I think a lot of people really underestimate how much your childhood can fuck you up. You know, it can, and it does. And Rob Pilatus is a case. It's a case study, honey. Of that. Ace of Wands, new fire, new passion. New passion. Now he's coming back again. He'll be back for another round, another lifetime. When that'll be, who knows? I don't think it's going to be soon. I just know he'll be back eventually. Four of Wands in reverse. Knight of Swords in reverse. Sir, I'm gonna need you to come back healed though. said, oh, I think I get it. I think I get it. This is like he's shining the light on how unhealed he was. He's shining the light on how sad. Because it's the ace of, not the ace, the what the hell? The Knight of Swords again. The unstable Knight of Swords. So he's shining the light. I mean, this is a literal flame that's lighting the path. So like, he's shining the light on this man right here. And he's okay with it. Like I said, he's coming back and he's okay. You know. He's gonna give living another shot whenever God allows him to come back. 10 of Pentacles. As of right now, his legacy is kind of shot. I wouldn't say that it's shot, but I think he's kind of alluding to that. Because he's not, his story, he's the tragic one. He's the one who can handle it. There's an Ace of Pentacles in reverse, so it's like rejecting 5 of Cups in reverse, so he's like rejecting all of that. Now, let's also keep in mind that, we are still very much ourselves. We are still personalities. Whenever we come out the other side. Chariot in reverse. So I think he's trying to say he's learned. But the thing about it though is that when we come back as babies, like we kind of come back with a clean slate, a blank slate. It's like, what's the purpose of coming back? Well, I don't remember nothing. It's like, I don't remember anything. And then we got the 6 of Pentacles. But I think maybe that'll just come and just be a part of his character when he does come back. It's just be a little bit more giving. I mean, we don't get to choose our parents. We don't get to choose our circumstances that we're born into. We don't really even get to choose our character traits. We develop them. And I think just whenever he does come back, it's just going to be part of his natural character because of how his soul has evolved so far. It's just going to be more of his natural character to be more giving as opposed to just taking all the time. And so when he comes back, whenever he does come back around, he'll be a bit more stable than what he was before. He'll be able to stay a little bit more grounded than somebody who constantly regrets everything. Like maybe, God forbid he does come back and it's under similar circumstances where he doesn't have a family. But hopefully whatever it is, he'll come back and be more grounded is what I think he's trying to convey. And I pray that is the case for him. Because all of these pentacles are all in reverse. So it's like this material stuff, he's not going to be so concerned about it that he might actually try to deal with whatever is going on there. Whatever it is that lights his fire, he's actually going to work with that as opposed to trying to do everything else. And I think that's kind of what he wants to share with the world at large. And hell, I mean, I don't know if it's going to be a whole lot of people who even listen to this. But, if there's even one person who hears it and they receive the message, then I suppose it's mission accomplished. So, it's like, work on yourself. Work on the inside. Figure out what lights your fire. And keep that fire contained as well. Like the way this fire is contained within this lantern, keep that fire contained. But keep it lit. Keep the fire lit but contained. Right. Give and take, rain down blessings on others. Because that's what this card looks like. It looks like it's raining coins, right? It's raining down blessings on others. You know, and have no regrets. We're not crying over spilled milk, or in this case, spilled wine. We're not crying over it. We stay grounded. And even when we start taking flight, we find our way back down to the ground again. Not to be buried under it, but to walk on it. Right? Right. All right, Pilatus, this has been beautiful. This has been beautiful. And I am so glad that you were able to find peace. Hold on. Mm-hmm. Rob Pilatus. This has been a great conversation. I hope this has been good for you. Good. Good. I hope I was able to convey your message. Good deal. Good deal. Well, it has been a pleasure, and I pray for your peace and your love and your blessings. Thank you. Bye.